Tonight we are having the crock pot cube steak. Super simple. All you need is a can of cream of chicken soup, a can of French onion soup. This is like the best gravy. Jason actually asks for this quite often. A pack of au jus gravy mix and a half a cup of water. Mix this together really good. I like to pour a little bit of this gravy into my crock pot. Then I'm going to add my cube steaks, pour the rest of the gravy over the top of the cube steaks, set my crock pot on low. My crock pot ends up cooking the cube steaks perfectly in 6 hours, but you set yours to whatever you want. 8 to 10 hours is perfectly fine on low, or you can set it on high. Tonight we are doing a very simple meal and we are grilling some hot dogs. We like the Kogel Vienna hot dogs. We have to order them in special because they don't sell them out here in this part of Texas. We also really enjoy the Kogel's chili. We order that right in with the hot dogs too when we order the hot dogs. But Kogel's chili is just so good. It's basically like a Coney hot dog sauce is what it's like. And on the side I am having some French fries, and then that way we can put some chili over the top and make them chili fries. Tonight I'm making chicken fried rice, or at least a homemade version of chicken fried rice. I have a very small amount of sesame oil in the pan with, this is chicken breast chopped up, skinless, boneless. I have a little bit of garlic, minced garlic, it's just out of the jar, and some ginger in the chicken. I'm gonna let that cook together before I start the next process. I pulled out all my Asian type seasonings and I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. This is the ginger that I used. I used the minced garlic, and I think I'm gonna put a little bit of hoisin sauce in there too. Hoisin sauce gives the best flavor to an Asian dish, doesn't it? This is what I am using for the rice part of the chicken fried rice. It is a chicken flavored rice. This is by Schwan's. It has white rice, broccoli, some carrots, and diced onions in it. I mean, I'm sure if you want to, you can add a little bit of scrambled egg, but I'm gonna leave the scrambled egg out of ours tonight. I usually do add egg, but I'm not going to tonight. Okay, so I've been playing around with the flavor because this is chicken rice and not chicken fried rice, so the chicken flavoring in the rice kind of threw it off a little bit from an Asian dish. So I ended up adding some more hoisin sauce and soy sauce to it, and it just wasn't quite there. So I added a little bit of garlic powder, and that seems to have done it. So I'm gonna quit messing with it. I got it to where we like it, but if you use this rice, make sure that you just kind of keep tasting it as you go, as you're adding the flavor to it. But other than that, this is such an easy meal to put together. It already has your vegetables in it. I cooked the chicken up, flavored that really well, so dinner is ready. Tonight I am doing a very delicious simple meal of roast. I like to make our roast in the crock pot. It makes it flavorful and tender. On the top of the roast I have this Snyder's rib roast rub. If I can find this on Amazon, I will have it linked below. This gives great flavor to roast. I am taking red potatoes and I have diced them, and I have placed them on the top of the roast in the crock pot. I have 1 onion sliced and placed on top of the roast and the potatoes in the crock pot. I'm taking 1 bag of small carrots and placing those on the top of everything. Now, I take 3 cups of water. I have about 4 to 6 bouillon cubes in the bottom of it. I add some more of that Snyder's rib and roast seasoning, and I'm pouring everything over the top of the roast and the vegetables. I'm gonna set this on low and slow for the day and let it cook and make my house smell delicious. The roast is done and I'm making up some gravy from that broth. Oh, this makes the best gravy to go over the potatoes and the meat. Hello, I figured I would just show you my face. Today we are having hamburgers, but Jason is actually going to take it a step further and he is going to put the hamburgers on the charcoal grill. I love a good hamburger on the charcoal grill, don't you? But I have to show you something. Hang on. My sweet friend Shelly sent us bacon jam. Seriously, she went to the Amish store and found bacon jam. She said she loves the smoky barbecue one, so she got us smoky barbecue bacon jam, and then she also sent us a spicy chili bacon jam. Jason said, I'm gonna do half. I'm gonna do half of one on one side of the burger and half of the other on the other side of the burger. We have planned this meal tonight around that bacon jam. Oh my goodness, we cannot wait to try it and dig in. But I've got to figure out a side. So me and you, we're gonna head on out to the garage. We're gonna see what I have for a side for tonight to go with those burgers. Oop, I already saw one side. Oh boy, I'm gonna make these pierogies. Whew, it is hot out here. Wow, wow, wow. Our humidity is really high here right now, and this garage is like, I'm melting. Melting. You know, like the witch on Wizard of Oz.
Want me to pour some water on you?
You're gonna pour water on me? Doesn't that, no, that would kill me. Doesn't it kill the witch on Wizard of Oz if you pour water on me?
Oh yeah, but you're not a witch, honey.
That's not nice, Jason. Okay, I'm gonna find some veggies because Jason, we need to eat a little healthy during this. I have this California blend. I get it at Walmart. I really like it. It has cauliflower, wow, tongue twister, broccoli and carrots. And the last time I made this, I usually fry it up in a pan and put some garlic and stuff in it. I don't want it like that this time. I think I'm actually gonna steam it. I'll still season it up, but steamed vegetables just sounds really good to me tonight. Too bad I can't dump cheese all over it. That would be even better. I can't do that. Now you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Jason said he's gonna cheat tonight and he's gonna take his portion of the hamburger, he's gonna make them into 2 smaller patties because the buns are the Walmart brand buns and they're smaller. So he's gonna actually have 2 smaller burgers, so then that way he can have each kind of the jam on it. Oh, mercy. I told Jason that I wish I had tomato and lettuce because for whatever reason I am hungry for tomato and lettuce on mine, and he was like, oh, I'd have tomato and lettuce too, and I was like, with the bacon jam? And he's like, yeah. Here I'm thinking, you know, like mayonnaise, ketchup, tomato, lettuce, cheese. Okay, so these are mine and the boys', and these 2 little patties are Jason's. We're gonna have to be careful they don't fall through the grates on the grill. I was making them and I was like, oh, these are gonna shrivel right up. I just know they are. I just don't wanna, you know, be flipping them and have it just zoop right down through the grates. Well, that'd be bad. We'll see what they turn out like after I've cooked them because I know they're gonna shrivel a little bit. I end up using the rest of the bag of vegetables, and I yeah, I think I can add it to my order because I was like dumping them in there and I'm like, crud monkeys. I used them all and I love to have those on hand, so I'm gonna have to make sure I put an order in. I just put a little bit of water in the pan. I'm gonna bring that up to a boil and let those vegetables just sit and steam. I think I'm just gonna keep with the basic seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. And then pierogies, I mean, my goodness. Super, super easy. You just add a little bit of butter to the pan and let them saute in that butter. And put the cover on so they kind of steam through a little bit. Oh, I was gonna show you. Look. My spoon rest got a chip out of it. Poor thing. It's such a cute little spoon rest. But when I was at Target the other day, I had noticed the, I think it's Joanna Gaines, I believe, line there. There was actually two spoon rests were left there. I didn't grab them, darn it. I should have grabbed them. Anyway, I thought, you know what would be cool is like one on each side of my stove is what I'm thinking, because I use both sides and I'm always setting spoons on both sides of my stove and I'm like, hello. It just makes sense to have, and the ones that she had was just a spoon rest. It didn't have like the handle like this one does on it. It was just literally for the spoon. So it wouldn't take up much space. It just makes sense to have a spoon rest on each side of my stove. So I need to go online and see if I can find those two. And if I can't, now I know what I'm looking for, because I got an idea in my head and I keep thinking about it and I'm like, Karina, get yourself ordered some or get your bottom back out to Target and get some more spoon rests. Look what my sweet, wonderful husband just brought home for me. I have lettuce and tomato. Oh my, got some muskmelon, bananas, onions. Now I'm gonna be chopping up that tomato and getting that lettuce ready because, oh, that sounds good. This muskmelon smells so good. Did you smell it? Jason's stirring the jams. You're stirring the jams, honey?
I'm stirring the jam. They're my jam.
Okay, so we tasted both of those bacon jams, and honestly, I don't have a favorite.
I don't either.
They are really good. So good. The smoky bacon, that one has a little bit more of a kick, I think, doesn't it?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. They were both really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to make great burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much,
thank
Shelly.
you, Shelly.
Oh, yours didn't do too bad at all.
No. Where's the beef?
Yeah. Okay, this is probably dating us, but whatever. Do you guys remember that commercial? That little old lady, she'd be like, where's the beef? Oh my goodness, everybody had shirts of it.
Yep.
Oh man, and every time we'd eat anything, we'd be like, where's the beef?
Can't see the burger outside the bun. You weren't at Wendy's.
Okay, now that's a burger. Ooh, and it smells so good. Here's Jason's. They actually fit really well on these buns. I'm impressed, honey. Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to be real tiny, but they're not.
Cheeses.
So what are you putting on there?
Lettuce and onion.
Lettuce and onion. Do you know which is which?
Smoky and spicy.
Nice. For dinner tonight, we are having filet mignon. And for sides, we are having corn off the cob. And for seasonings, we use some butter and we mix some basil and garlic into the butter, and that flavored the corn. We have some smoked potatoes, suddenly salad, pickled cucumbers, which I have a video for this. I will have it linked below, and deviled eggs. Tonight for dinner, we are having Zuppa Toscana soup. You can get this kind of soup at Olive Garden, but the homemade is 10 times better than what you get at Olive Garden. I have a video on this recipe and I will have it linked below. There is potatoes and sausage, onions, some kale, and you top it off with a little bit of cream. It is a delicious soup. this is the Zuppa soup all cooked up and in a bowl ready for us to enjoy. Yummy yum. And then on the side I have some bread to dunk into this juice because it is so good dunked into this juice. Alright, I am cooking an Asian meal, or Asian style I should say, and we are using a different kind of a sauce this time. This is the Sang, I believe is how you pronounce it, and it's a Bangkok peanut sauce. I opened this up and I tasted it, and it tastes a lot like our Kung Pao chicken sauce, so I'm pretty excited about this one. But I'm just gonna pour it over the chicken and let the chicken simmer away in the sauce. Okay, so I was looking at the bottle and I was looking at the back of the bottle, and it gives some suggestions for the sauce. It is a dipping sauce, and I can also use it with a stir fry, which got me really thinking. So I am going to thaw a little bit of these vegetables in the microwave, and I'm gonna add it to the chicken. And I found a can of water chestnuts. I'm gonna add that to the chicken as well. Plus, I am so proud of myself. I actually remembered to get peanuts, and then my guys can sprinkle some peanuts on the top when it's all finished and put together. And of course I'm making rice, which is started right here, and I am going to have everything over rice. These aren't stir fry type vegetables, but they will still be perfect to bulk up this meal a little bit, and it's a good way to sneak in veggies to everybody. So I put those in the microwave for about 2.5 minutes, thawed them out almost completely so that I didn't want it to make the sauce watery. And I'm adding the 1 can of water chestnuts that I found in my pantry. I'm gonna let all this cook and simmer together, and then dinner it will be ready. This is a quick cooking meal, and man, oh man, does it smell good. Tonight I am making a new recipe. It is called No Peak Pork Chops and Rice. I found this recipe online through 12 Tomatoes. I will have it linked below. But first, before I get into this recipe, I have to show you these new bowls I got at Walmart the other day. I couldn't find them in our store. These are by Pioneer Woman, and I went online and I found them online. They were out for a while. Though I have a set of 3 of them. Each one has a design or a different color. They are nesting bowls, so they all fit inside of each other. And then each of the lids closes on top of the bowl so that you have all the lids and all the bowls are completely together in one little area. I love it. I love the colors. I think it's really neat that they're different colors inside too, and a design inside. I believe they were only $12.99. I'll have the link below. Hopefully they still have them. Now the recipe says that you can mix everything right into a 9x13 pan, but I'm gonna spray my pan, and I decided to mix everything in the bowl first and then pour it into the pan. So I am adding 2 cups of chicken broth. You can do water if you don't have chicken broth. 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. 1 can of cream of celery soup, 1.5 cups of white rice, and 1 packet of Lipton onion soup mix. Gonna whisk this together. I have my oven preheated to 350. I have smaller pieces of pork loin. I'm just gonna use these. It's supposed to be pork chops, but I just have pork loin. It's the same thing, it'll be fine. But on both sides of the pork chop, if you're using that or the pork loin, you put some seasoned pepper. I hadn't heard of this before. Have you ever used this? This is really neat. It has all the seasonings right into this pepper. Okay, I'm using my 9x13 baking pan, and for spray, I am using this pure avocado oil spray. It works really well. Just as good as the pan. I'm pouring this rice mixture into my pan, and on top of the rice you just place your pork chops. Okay, I'm going to cover it with aluminum foil. This is going to go in the oven for an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. Jason's testing it with a meat thermometer and it came out good. Me and Jason tasted it. We put a little bit of rice with a bite of pork chop, and it's really, really good. Now, Jason thinks it needs a little bit of salt, so I'm gonna set salt out for him to add to his. I think it's perfect. That pepper, the seasoned pepper, that flavored the whole entire dish. It even flavored the rice. This is another new recipe. It is super, super simple. We are starting out by making a glaze, and all you need is a 1/2 cup of honey, a 1/3 cup of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna whisk the honey and the balsamic together as best I can. Okay, so I cut andouille sausage, which we found it at Sam's Club. It looks like this by Zatarain's. It is really good. It's just a really good flavor in this sausage. It's one of our favorites. And I cut them about probably 1-inch pieces. And then we have some fresh pineapple that we have cut into chunks. And I also have some red peppers, a little yellow pepper, and orange pepper, all cut into chunks. I am going to take a skewer. You can use a wooden skewer if you want. Make sure that you soak them before you place them on the grill. But I have metal ones I'm just gonna use really quickly. I started my first skewer, so I put a sausage on first, and then I have a pepper, pineapple, pepper, sausage. Pepper, pineapple, that's how I'm doing mine. You can mix it up if you want to, go wild. We have 7 skewers here. We used to have 8 metal skewers, but I seriously think we ruined one when we were making s'mores on them one time over a fire. So we're down to 7. And then for the leftovers, I have leftover pepper, a few pieces of sausage, and some pineapple. I put that in this little aluminum pan. I'm gonna put some of that glaze over the top of the vegetables in that pan. I have my grill heating, and before I put these on the grill, I want to go through and just have this glaze all over these skewers before I put them on the grill. And then as I'm grilling them, I am going to be adding more glaze as they cook. You can also use charcoal grill or gas grill, whichever you prefer. So this would be great for camping too, for this summer. I'm pretty excited about this recipe. It's so simple, and yet I think it's gonna be just delicious with that glaze over the vegetables. And it looks like the glaze is soaking into the pineapple. I think it's gonna flavor that pineapple really good, like a sweet and salty. This is my plate. So I have all the peppers and pineapple and the sausage all together. And then for a side, I just made some canned potatoes, put some onion in there, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. You can also have this over rice. Thank you so much for joining me with these 10 homemade meals. All of the recipes are linked below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.